Alrighty, let's get this show on the road. G'day, guys and girls. Welcome back to another round of the Dynamic Knights Esports Tier 2, the Diamond Tier. We're here for the penultimate round of the season. Hard to believe we're at the nitty-gritty part of the season here for the Italian Grand Prix. Round number 14 of the calendar. Still hard to believe that we're at the end of the season. Of course, the season is getting cut short a little bit due to, obviously, I think there's probably reasons specific to that why the season got cut short, but obviously it'll be back again in early 2021, I believe, so be sure to keep an eye on that for the latest news on that with Dynamic Knights Esports. Again, there's a link to the Discord if you want to come and join the league, so you can keep your eyes and ears open for any announcements regarding any late tiers. James Cruz, that was an interesting way to dive it in the pit lane here. Got 17 runners with us tonight. Nice number of runners around Monza. It's going to be very interesting to say the least. Slipstream is definitely going to be 1 point to keep an eye on. Might be a slipstream fest around here. Specifically, you probably don't want to be the leader around this track, I would not think, unless you have quite the handy setup around here, there's a shore. So we have an interesting championship battle as well. I did see earlier as well that False Equation did hit the wall at Ascari, so we've already had a few casualties. I think Bodhod may have gone for a little spin as well. So we're obviously down to the last two remaining championship contenders, the top two in the championship. Of course, Curving Texas did get back the championship lead after Belgium, where it was an absolute shocker for Big Chich, who only scored, how many points did he score? He got 9 points for finishing 12th, and obviously Curving finished in position number 3 with the no time penalties in the end. And it was a pretty clean weekend overall. Don't think there was many stewards reports, so overall wasn't too bad. Although, saying that, maybe a few people might have had a few things to say afterwards, but yeah, you know, that's probably the normal chat around here. So I think we've got a bit of a lull going on at the moment. So this at the moment, we'll have a look at the times that they've set in. So championship leader at the moment, Curving Texas, on a 19.293 is the current leader at the moment, ahead of Banana Josh, who's back in the Ferrari. Got Big Chich there in a position 3, 19.379. So pretty close between those three at the moment. Stone Towel is in position 4. Kwok in position 5. Then you got the two Renaults, T-Man and Bodhod. Bodhod doing the opposite strategy on the mediums, by the looks of things. Banana doing plenty of laps on the soft compounded tyres, that being Banana Cake Pie, in position 8. And of course Finn Kelly, who's had a fair amount of wins these last few races in P9, and ASAP Rocky, who had an absolute shocker, let's be fair, at the last round of Belgium in 10th. Then you got Jace 11th. Hello there, how is he? In 12th, and Blue Dog in 13th as Iconic Q just puts himself into 14th. He's back with us this week after missing a few races. When did he last race? Just having a little look here. Not actually too sure. He's saying he's showing 0 points here, but it might have been a couple of races ago. Not entirely sure at the moment. But at the moment, False Equation just popped himself inside the 10. Just right on the 10 to 10th place at 20.264. So two guys haven't set lap times at the moment, James Cruz and, of course, the Smeg. At the moment, I have been told this week the weather forecast for the race, which is, it looks a little bit overcast, but it is staying dry, and I'm informed as well that the race is going to be dry as well. Not going to lie, I'm wishing for a little bit of wet weather to spice things up a bit, but we probably had that in the last race, so we'll make do of it around here, and we'll see how we go. So let's jump aboard actually with a lap with the championship leader at the Monza circuit into turn 1 at the Variante del Retrofilio. Pretty nice line through there, I think it was. And then now through Curva Grande into turn 3. Want to keep it nice to the right-hand side. And you line up for the second chicane here at the Variante della Rogier. About a 10th up on his time there is Curving, so 18's the potential, the higher 18's. Not entirely sure how quick we could get around here with the diamonds here as he locks up going to two Les Mos, and he just runs it out a little bit too wide and gets his lap time invalidated. I've had that in the past around here, and probably would have got a nice slipstream there from his teammate for this round, being K-Wok. And he's 4/10 up as well. That may have been a corner cut had he continued on. There's a James Cruz there around in the McLaren, who's back racing with us this week after missing the last round. I'll get onto that one in a moment. See around the final corner at Parabolica. Just runs it out nicely through there. Well, he's going to dive it into the pits. No, he's just going to continue on. Let's see what this would have done. It's an 18.86.76. I would have actually put it back to the top, but Chich, I've missed that along the way. He's gone to the top of the leaderboard at the moment, 18.9. First man in the 18. So this is definitely going to get spicy in this championship battle. That is for sure. It's the top two in the championship. They're sort of in the wrong position at the moment, but Chich has got a nice advantage here, especially if he wants to keep this championship alive going into the finale next week at Singapore. We've got 7 odd minutes to go here at the moment. There's a few cars, actually quite a few cars actually, just leaving the lane. Now, probably should clarify as well that James Cruz was not racing last week, which I was correct on that one, but obviously you guys and girls would have probably not seen what the gamer tag was. It was actually Danny Rick 03 who reserved last week in the McLaren. I believe he's a yellow tier driver if I'm not mistaken, but he's a reserve in the diamond tier. So yeah, he was racing in that one as Smeg just crossing the line there. 19.333 there puts him into 4th place, and Bodhod just put himself into this mix here, a 19.091. Not really in the championship fight, so of course reigning champion in the diamond tier last season. He obviously won't be claiming that championship, but still hopeful for a top 5 in the championship, considering there's still a few little battles in the mid-pack as well. But this would be handy as well, considering constructors, I think it'd be nearly close to being wrapped up. If it hasn't been wrapped up already, then there's potential that it could be wrapped up this week. Not entirely sure on that one. I must admit, I did like maths at school, but haven't been brilliant the last few years, so I don't know. We'll wait and see on that one. 6 minutes to go here. Obviously, this week I had we've got the gamer tags showing for some people. Obviously, I waited till the last. Actually, I joined. Interesting story. I joined the lobby, and no gamer tags showed up. So that was very, very nice, I've got to say. Except for I think James Cruz might have had come into the lobby, and then his gamer tag just randomly just showed up. So there's obviously some glitch where when someone joins, you can easily see there, but when I join for like the first time and then can't see anybody else's gamer tags, well then it's a bit of an issue. So it's Banana Josh puts himself into the 18s, 18.997, just about 6/100ths of a second off Chich at the moment. They're in position 2. K-Wok just puts himself into 6th place. Don't believe he'll score points for Red Bull. I'm not 100% certain on that one, considering Cutsy is the usual second driver at Red Bull, and he hasn't been here the last few races. Not since Canada, actually, was the last time he raced, so he's missed the last 2 if he cleared this one. We're nearly getting into the nitty-gritty of the session here at the moment. Don't really know, like I said earlier, what to expect in terms of what lap time could be achieved. We're already in, like I said, 18.9s for 2 drivers, so I mean, if we get into the mid-18s potentially, then that'll be something else. I'm not sure about the low 18s unless someone pulls out a blinder of a lap around here, so we'll have to keep an eye on that one. But I mean, don't be surprised if someone pulls an absolute blinder. And of course, we've got to keep an eye as well on the championship contenders. Iconic Hugh put himself in the 4th place as well, into 19.138. As Jace has retired, there's a Mercedes nearby. He's crashed, and there's all the damage there by the look of it. Yep, he's come out of... So he's had a moment coming out of the second Lesmo there, and that's his qualifying session done and dusted for him. He's currently position 14 on the moment at 20.7, so Leslie's 3 behind. Being hello there, how is he? Blue Dog and James Cruz improve. And he'll be probably starting at the back as I say that. Hello there, how is he? He's just put himself into 14th place. So just jumped Jay for 14th at the moment. So there's Bondhod just leaving the lane now. And so Izzy just goes straight at the head at the chicane. Not trying to get involved. Chich going out pretty early here. 3 minutes to go. Maybe just looking for a bit of fresh air, perhaps, or probably wanting to get his lap time in and out of the road very quickly. Although probably you want to have the ideal grip and when it gets to the later stage of qualifying. So we'll wait and see how this pans out here. See who else is on a lap. Blue Dogs, I think, it's just about to start a lap here, but we'll see a ball with Chich here. We'll see what we can do a lap around Monza. That's Stonetail just leaving the pit lane. Just break just past the 100-metre board. You can touch those curves a little bit if you want to. Probably take more of the first curve if you want to. There's ASAP Rocky just getting ourselves out of the road here. Of course, remember, no ghosting. Ghosting is not on, so if any of these guys have a crash, then you've got to be very, very careful to say at least. Rudy Variante Della Roggia, he makes an absolute meal of that. Getting on the power too early, and I think he's just aborted that lap there, has Chich. So he may have another crack at one more go. Well, no, sorry, another crack at setting a lap time here. But there'll be some others that'll be keeping an eye on as well. So we're getting into it's under 2 minutes now to go in this qualifying session. Just got Smeg just leaving the lane now. The Iconic Hughes just leaving the lane as well. Banana, I'm not sure. He'll have to be very quick to leading the lane, but I'll be looking very, very doubtful here at the moment for Banana Cake Pie, so he must be looking to start out at the top 10. Probably maybe trying to do a reverse strategy for a Banana Cake Pie. So, who's going to be the first across the line here? That's Finn Kelly's just on an out lap at the moment. Everybody else is on out laps. So it looks like curving just about to start his lap time. So, looking like False Equations on a lap. James Cruz is retired now here, so he'll be starting from the rear of the field. Banana Josh is on an out lap. So is Kwok. Smeg looks like he's also on an out lap. Tim Ants invalidated his lap time, so I'll assume he'll go again. How is he's now retired as well in the pit lane. So still got a bit of time up the sleeve. 30 seconds now to go in this qualifying session. There's Iconic Hugh. The McLaren just getting out of the road there, being Blue Dog. Must be Stone Towel. Must be on a fly. So this looks like the first car. I can see a Mercedes there in the background, so I'm going to assume that's Chich. I'm getting a nice little slipstream here from Stone Towel in front. We'll have to keep an eye on these guys behind, but it looks like Stone Towel will be the first one to cross the line as the checker flag will be shown now. So let's see how this ends up. AlphaTauri, Stone Towel, P4, as Chich, I think, just slightly improved, only by just literally 1/10,000th of a second. It stays P1. Who else we got? ASAP Rocky. Here's Curving Texas, championship leader. Can he put himself into the fight here? No, only goes P5 at a 19.096. He's actually to set the same lap time as Stone Towel, funnily enough. So he won't be improving. He's staying in around the top 5. Kwok's retired. Smeg, I have no idea who's next. Timad only 10th. Modhod in 4th. Banana Josh is invalidated. False Equation, I think he's invalidated as well. There's plenty of guys that have validated their lap times. Hopefully there's no cars that get in their road. Here's Iconic Hughes, another one that's invalidated. It must be Smeg, must be the last one to cross the line. He does improve, but stays P8 only, so 19.201. There's Iconic Hughes, just goes for a little bit of a spin there, actually. So, Finn Kelly actually appeared out of nowhere there. I must have missed that. Nice game glitch, timing glitch as always from Codemasters. So Finn Kelly just came out of nowhere. So Iconic is just going to continue doing burnouts to the point where I think he'll retire eventually, hopefully. he does, but probably just showing off for the camera here. But that is your qualifying session done and dusted here, ladies and gentlemen. So the Haas again of Finn Kelly, who gets another pole position. Iconic has not binned this car as of yet. He might just reverse into the pit lane at this rate. I don't know. He might be just doing a bit of drifts across the line here, maybe. Nearly slams into that Ferrari of, that might be Banana Cake Pie, I'm going to say. Yes, it is. Come on, Iconic, get across the line. There we go. Finally across the line. I don't know why your car's not moving there, but it's just literally parked, so I didn't see a wheel missing from all of that. But anyway, it is Finn Kelly that gets pole position for this one. It really took me by surprise. Nice gaming glitch, spectator glitch as always from Cody's. But 2/10 clear of the man in second in the championship. Puts himself nicely on the front row there. There's Chich in position 2, 2/10 behind. Banana Josh in position 3. No, nice qualifying from him. Bodhod there in position 4. Stone Tal in 5th. Curvy Texas, our championship leader, way down in the mid-pack in 6th. So he'll be hoping to charge through the field. Iconic Hughes, Smeg in 8th. K-Walk 9th. And Timat just makes it inside the top 10 and outside. False Equation. Banana Cake Pie. ASAP Rocky. Blue Dog. Hello there, how is he? Jace and, of course, James Cruz, the only driver to not set a lap time in position 17. Again, wow, that really took me by surprise there. So, wasn't expecting that. So, we'll get into the championship standings in a moment or two. Hopefully, I can rattle them off very quickly before the race starts, because I've gone through them very quickly at this the last couple of races. Let me just have a quick drink before we get started for the formation lap. Alrighty, we're about to set off now for the formation lap. Let's have a quick look at who's on what tyre to make it very interesting. So obviously top 10, since they qualified on the soft compounded tyres, will start their race, on the soft compounded tyres. So obviously that is the normal. And outside the top 10, mixture. I've got to say, quite a mixture actually. You've got False Equation, ASAP Rocky and Jace on the soft compounded tyres. Got Banana Cake Pie, Blue Dog and James Cruz, both McLarens, on the medium compounded tyres. And then Hello There, How Is He on the hard compounded tyres. He did this last week at Belgium, and it definitely paid off a little bit. Probably did help a little bit with the safety cars as well. So trying to stay out before the intermediates came along. But let's take a look at the championship standings here while they finish off their formation lap. Just coming around to second Lesbo. So, Curving Texas has a 16-point advantage over SD Big Chich in the Drivers' Championship. There's potential that the championship could be wrapped up, but of course, it have to be a real chance to get above 43 points, I would say. But if Curving can do that, and Chich has another terrible race, which the only probably way that it could happen, the championship could be wrapped up, is if one of these maybe championship contenders DNFs or something from this race. But if it was to be Chich, then it'd be big ramifications there, and we don't have to worry about it. But then Timat is currently in position 3 at the moment. So and then in position 4 is his teammate Bodhod there, who's being chased down a little bit there in. Equal 5th place is the Smeg and Finn Kelly on 251 points. Then you go back to The Rock in 7th, Stone Tower, False Equation and Cutsy round out your top 10, and James Cruz, Iconic Hugh, Banana Cake Pie, Hello There, How Is He, Blue Dog are equal on points. Breno, Big Donga, which I haven't seen in ages, Jace and ASAP Rocky. Constructors Championship, Renault are on 564 points. are now ahead of Red Bull, who I think have jumped into Constructors' Championship into second spot, just a slight bit ahead of Mercedes there. And then it's Haas in position 4. They've probably made some moves as well, ahead of Racing Point. Then Williams, McLaren, Ferrari, Alfa Romeo and Alfa Tauri rounding out your top 10. And we're all set to go here for the Italian Grand Prix. If I can get a good camera shot here. There we go. As the 5 red lights about to come on. We're at the lights. It's a long hold. Away we go. Looks like a pretty good start there from Finn Kelly. Looks pretty even. Down into turn 1. He might just have a little bit of an advantage there over Chich. The 3 wide there in the background. Oh, there's a bit of contact, it looks like, between the Renault and the Red Bull. But Finn Kelly gets it through there. Let's see what's going on here in the background. I think relatively everybody has got through there cleanly. Surprising, to say the least. Now into the Variante della Roggia for the first time. It's still Finn that leads the way over Chich. There's a very close gap between those guys. There's somebody in the background, one of the McLarens, has gone way off the road there. I think that may have been, who is it? Oh, and K-Walk is in the wall there in the other Red Bull, so he's having not a great start there. That's all. He might have picked up some front wing damage, but not entirely sure which one of the McLarens it was that got the front wing damage. But look at this, nearly a tenth of a second already between Finn and Chich. So there's nothing really between them, although it's just fixed up the graphic there, so I don't know whether that was true or not. But looks like remarkably everyone's got through cleanly. I say that as one of the Alpha Tauris has had it off there at Ascari. It'll be the Stone Towel. He's dropped a bunch of spots, so it was a nice, very nice starting position. Has now turned a bit of drama there. It looks like Jaish has slammed into the back of James Cruz there. Might be a little bit of a niggle there. I'm not entirely sure out of all that, but what's going on here? Oh no, that's the graphic glitch. My apologies, I've forgotten all about it. Jesus. I've sent to Cody's a bug report about this. Hopefully there's a fix coming. But like I probably said before, I'm not holding my breath on that one. So just ignore the fact that it says lap 3 and a few people might be out of position here. But this is a clip as it goes again. Should rectify itself in a matter or two. So Finn Kelly leads the way at the moment over Chich. And it's Banana Josh still going comfortably there, doing the business for Ferrari at the moment. I'd like to score a podium around here at the home race. Spot Hod's still comfortable in P4. There's Iconic Hugh in P5. Curving just starting to drop off a little bit here. You do not want to be out of that DRS zone here. Otherwise, you could be in a lot of trouble, especially because you've got Tim Ant just right behind him. Not too far behind him here, half a second roughly behind him. But relatively everybody has got through there cleanly. Apart from a couple of offs there. Oh, ASAP Rocky, I've put the commentator's curse on again. As he's around at Ascari. So that's both Alpha Tauris that have done that at Ascari. So not ideal at all there. He's going to have to find a long way around here as K-Walk's obviously come back in and put on the soft compounded tyres. But Finn Kelly leads the way at the moment. He's at the fastest lap of the race as well. He's got nearly a second gap already on Chich. Obviously, it's very critical if he can get out of the 1 second bracket, especially if you're the race leader. Because that'll be handy if you want to easily pull away from these guys behind him. Just let these guys battle behind you, so you can just pull that gap out a little bit more here. And the race strategy around here is just a pretty simple one-stop strategy. Softs to mediums, and obviously the guys on the mediums will do mediums to softs. A little bit surprised, hello there, how is he's on the hards, but he's probably maybe hoping for a safety car or something to maybe get him out of that situation, maybe, but he doesn't feel comfortable on the hards. As yellow flares, the Stone Towel's out, safety car has been deployed, he's crashed in the second Lesmo. So it's not a great day at all for Alpha Tauris. ASAP Rocky's just come in, obviously, and put onto the medium compounded tyres, and obviously a front wing change. Now this changes things up dramatically. What do guys do here? Do you stay out on the soft compounded tyres and go to obviously the pit window? This may extend obviously the pit window a little bit. That was Chich running very wide there at Parabolica. But no, looks like no one's budging. As I say, no, Bothod's now dived into the pit lane, so he's going to take advantage of this. But nobody else. Smeg's going to come in as well. So not too many guys are going to come in and take the pit lanes. Jage gets a 5-second time penalty for spinning in the pits. Hello there, how is he also come in so he can get off those hard competitor tyres. So let's see what we've got here. So Bodhod on the medium, so maybe he feels comfortable to get to the end. Obviously, we might have a couple of laps on the safety car, so that may help. Hards for Smeg. So he can easily make it to the end, but whether he can get the tyre grip up very early or not, it's another thing. Obviously, Haloizi had to double stack behind his teammates, so that wouldn't have helped him a little bit. He's on the mediums, as well as Jace is on the mediums, so it's not too many drivers that have decided to pit under the safety car here. So I'm actually a bit surprised maybe no one, especially in the championship standings, well, the top two especially, could take a gamble, especially considering Kirby's only, like it's got a 16-point gap in the championship at the moment. So it obviously depends, of course, as well, that if this race continues, obviously green for the remainder once the safety car comes in. But at the moment, Finn Kelly is your leader over Big Chich in position 2. Banana Josh and Iconic Hugh, Curving Texas. Tim Ant there in 6th, False Equation in 7th. There's Banana Cake Pie, the first of the medium compounded tyre runners, in 8th. Blue Dog in 9th, and James Cruz rounding out your top 10. And obviously the guys that have obviously come into the pit lane early on in the race, and obviously Stone Towel, the only DNF so far. Let's have a look at the movers and shakers while we're at it. So what we've got, biggest mover up the grid has actually been James Cruz, up 7 spots there from obviously starting last position. The other ones being Blue Dog up 5. There's a couple of others up 4, but being Banana Cake Pie and False Equation, and Tim Ant as well. 3 spots for Iconic Hugh, and 2 for Hello There, How Is He, and Jace as well. And Curving Texas up 1. Biggest loser, of course, Stone Tower drops 12 positions from his crash, and other ones, obviously, probably the guys that come in. Botthod down 7, Quiet K-Walk down 6, Smeg down 4, A7 Rocket down 3, but that probably is not necessary there, considering those guys have come in. Get the right one there in a moment. Tyre 1, yes. Just waiting on everybody to maybe catch up to the safety car. If that happens maybe before Ascari, then we should have the safety car come in, but we'll have just have a quick drink. Like I said earlier, this may extend the soft strategy a little bit here. Just let them cool off the tyres a little bit here. Probably push a little bit longer, and you'll have much fresher mediums, obviously, for later on in the race. As indeed the safety car is going to come in, so Finn Kelly will obviously lead the pack away once the safety car does come into the pit lane. So I'll have to keep an eye on the guys that have only recently just come in. So Bodhod in P11, have to keep an eye on him to see what his pace is like. Obviously, Smeg, we will think, had definitely go to the end. Bodhod should make it to the end, but it's going to be a long stretch getting these mediums to the end. Although it depends tyre strategy on like how much you wear out your tyres here a little bit here. But it looks like we're going to go back racing here, and straight away looks like Banana Josh taking full advantage of this. And it was probably a late call to get the safety car off and running here. He's going to put pressure already on Finn Kelly as Chich comes back around the outside. There might have been an illegal overtake there, not too sure. Of all that, Iconic Hugh's going to take full advantage of this as well. So he's up into P3 now. Here's Iconic Hugh, Banana Josh back into 4th. There's his teammate Banana Cake Pie in position 7. That was a very interesting restart there. I think the safety car went in a bit late, and these guys, the lead obviously went a little bit late as well. Probably waited till the last minute. There's a yellow flag. I can see Blue Dog, I think, maybe had an off there. There was yellows in sector 2, so he's dropped a couple of spots. He's now behind both Bodhod and Smeg. There's, I think, Curving. Banana Josh has dropped a couple of spots now as well. So he must have had a moment coming through maybe the second Lesmo, or through one of the Lesmos at least, but he's dropped 2 spots. So he's gone from 2nd to 6th on this lap. So not ideal for the Ferrari man. Curving up into 4th, Tim Ant up into 5th. Now Curving will chase after these guys. You can see there's his championship, his other championship rival there, up in 2nd spot. So can't afford to let Chich delve into his championship lead too much. Obviously DRS won't be enabled to the next lap as there'll be a few spots move around. False Equations moved up 1. I think Bodhon may have moved up 1 as well. James Cruz looking for a move into turn 1. Not really quite close enough there. There's 3/10 of a second between Finn Kelly and Big Chich. And then a further 6/10, 7/10 back to Iconic here there in position 3. He's got Curving Texas not too far behind. So where's Bodhod here? He's the wrong camera there. He's closing in on the Banana Cake Pie. Might actually go. If he can get a good run out of the Lesmos here, then he'd be really in ideal position here to maybe go for a move. He'll have to probably use a little bit of overtake. But that wasn't the greatest of runs there, if I'm being honest, for Bodhod. But he'll have to bide his time there a little bit here. I think Jace has got by ASAP Rocky for 15th and 16th. So back at the front. All pretty close battles between these guys all around. 6/10 of a second now between the leaders as there's Bodhod now getting past Banana Cake Pie. And I'm going to assume that's ASAP Rocky that's going for a spin at Ascari for the 2nd time. I think he may have front wing damage. He does. So, yes, it's definitely not ideal. As DRS now enabled. Lap 8 we go. It's nearly 9/10 of a second. So, just keep pushing that gap back and Finn Kelly, then you'll be in an ideal spot in position 1, and you won't have to worry about the DRS behind to Big Chich. Yellow's in sector 3. I'm going to assume that's ASAP Rocky again. Yes, it is. I think K-Walk and Blue Dog have switched positions as well. Back we go to this group here. So that gap is 1 second now between Finn and Chich. So that would be ideal for Chich, especially considering Iconic Hugh is not too far behind that Alfa Romeo. You'll get the DRS here. Go through the 2nd Lesmo. So the DRS ball looks like it's been destroyed there. Don't know by who. The majority of these guys that are under 1 second will have the DRS, and you just see the gap just clawing back between Chich and Iconic Hugh. That's critical as well. Chich gets the first time penalty of the race, and time penalties are coming in right, left and centre. Iconic Hugh, and I think Tim Ant were the other two that just got time penalties. ASAP Rocky joins that party as well. I think he done that at the first chicane. And look at that gap now, 1.4 seconds. Bodhod is making moves. He's up in the 7th spot now. Looking the ideal man at the moment, who could potentially be in an ideal race-winning position here at the moment. Here comes Iconic Hugh for a 2nd spot here. He has to try and do it around the outside. If he can just keep it in there, he'll have the line for the 2nd corner. Very, very close between those two. Can't quite get the drive out of here, but he can go full overtake if he wants to try and get the run here into the Variante della Roggia. The 2nd chicane, I don't think he's quite close enough here. No, he's not. You look at the guys behind. I think Curving was just out of the 1 second bracket, but he's now back in it. And Tim Ant's out of the 1 second bracket as well, although saying that he's just back in it. So there's toing and froing. Banana Cake Pie now, 3 second time penalty. So we'll keep on board with this one with Iconic Hugh. This is one of the closest battles. K-Walk is closing in on Smeg by the looks of things. So Smeg might not have the pace at the moment on the hard compounded tyres, but it will come to him eventually. He's showing the nose there as the Alfa Romeo driver. And again, not quite close enough here as she didn't have the greatest of runs through to through Ascari. But you probably want to be obviously lining up that move down into turn 1. If you can get a nice run through here. Like a much better exit, but Chich done a decent run there as well. He's using a little bit of overtake to get the drive out of the corner, but here comes the DRS now fully open. I think Curving's in the DRS as well. See how close this battle is. You see him just showing the nose there, not going for any silly moves, I don't think. No, he's not. So, but this is just allowing Curving back into this fight as well. He gets a little bit sideways there, does Iconic Hugh. K-Walk gets a 3 second time penalty for corner cutting. We'll have a look back here. There he is there in P11. There's Smeg obviously on the hard compounded tyres. That's ASAP Rocky that's had a spin. He's on the hard compounded tyres. Hello there, Hal Wizzy just got by Blue Dog for 13th. What else have we got here? It's pretty close. Kwok again closing in on the top 10 spot. Of course, he's on 7-lap old softs, considering he came in on lap 2, I believe. Botthod, 3-second time penalty as well. A lot of drivers racking up penalties right left to centre. That's yellows for ASAP Rocky. As Banana Josh now joins that party with a 3-second time penalty. False equation. So a lot of these drivers, I would have thought with the track, a lot of these tracks being widened for this year, the track penalties may have been a little bit lesser this year, but that's obviously not the case. They're using quite a lot here as Chich is going to pull to the right-hand side. He's going to come into the pit lane, so that might explain a lot there. So that'll allow Iconic here to have a little bit of fresh air and just see what his pace like, try and see if he can do an overcut. So Chich is in, and so is Banana Josh. Hopefully he doesn't get held up too much. He's onto the medium compound tyres. Same with Banana Josh. So this is probably around the window where you want to be pitting. This is obviously a state safety car free at the moment, but those guys are now back out in 14th and 15th respectively. There's ASAP Rocky just off the road there. Hopefully he doesn't get anybody's road. He's near the race leader actually, so he may go down a lap very soon. So not a great race for ASAP Rocky yet again. Didn't have a great race either at Belgium. There he goes. So there goes Finn, just putting a lap on him, and I think he's just getting out of everybody's road there. So fair play to him there. Now Tim Ant obviously is in the DRS window of Curving Texas. Also Kwok has actually cleared Smeg as well. Well, this is obviously for 8th now, considering the top Chich and Banana Josh came into the pit lane. Those hards should get a little bit better, barring any safety cars. If there's a safety car, would not be surprised if Smeg changes to the mediums. Here comes the race leader into the pit lane. Quite a comfortable margin. Here comes Iconic Q as well. Nicely done, as well as Curving and Tim Ant. So this is probably near the time at the moment for all the soft compounded tyre runners. So they're stretching out their stint a little bit longer. So we're going to assume everybody's going to go mediums here. Nice glitch as always. So, yep, everybody looks like he's on mediums. Now, where is Chich? Here he comes. He's on the front straight. So, let's see what happens here. There goes Finn. I can just see in the background. That's Iconic Hugh there on the right-hand side. And it's going to be really close, but Chich will have the momentum here on the much warmer tyres and maintains that position ahead of Iconic Hugh. Now it'll be the case of whether Iconic can get past him very quickly here. You can see he's probably already on the overtake button here. And he right up close there is the Alfa Romeo. And he's going to take full advantage of this and get into what will be effectively, I think, P2. So that's worked out actually okay there for Iconic Hugh. What hasn't worked out as well as for Curving Texas. I think he's dropped back behind Banana Josh here. So it's not ideal. He's going to be losing a few points here at the moment. Of course, everybody else would assume will have to come in. Maybe except for Botthod and maybe Smeg at the current moment. There's the ASAP Rocky again going for a spin. Of course, the guys on the medium compounded tyres are doing the opposite strategy, so they may come into play a little bit later on. They can get a decent top 10 result from that, as Kwok, the last of the soft compounded tyre runners, because he obviously came in a couple of laps early on in the race. So he'll go onto the mediums. Should return to the back of the grid. So Finn Kelly is now moving up the order. Banana Josh at 21.884. First fast lap of the race now on the mediums. So he's really closing in on that battle with Big Chich here. So this may get very interesting here in a second here. Chich obviously on the overtake button. He'll need to use it here because the Ferrari's really close to the back end of that Mercedes. Iconic Hugh's just starting to pull away here as well. Trying to go around the outside. It's very close. There, Iconic Hugh's now got a 3-second time penalty. I think that's his first time penalty, but Banana Josh, that was probably a little bit risky going through there into the Variante della Roggia. You can get a nice drive out of here. Obviously, Chich won't have the DRS because he's out of 1 second barrier to Iconic Hugh. So Finn Kelly's, I think, just gone past Jace for position 7. So that puts a car between he and Iconic Hugh. But Iconic will want to be getting past that Williams very quickly here. I think Jaish may have come in earlier on, maybe, if I'm not mistaken. He's on 8-lap medium, so that's going to assume he has come in. So the guys that are doing the opposite strategies are Banana Cake Pie is currently second at the moment, and both McLarens, James Cruz there in fourth, and Blue Dog in position 6 there at the moment. There's Iconic's now cleared Jaish there for position 8. But he's really actually closing into the back of Finn Kelly here, so might be a difference in pace on the medium compound tyres compared to the softs, so we can definitely keep within that window. Then he's definitely in with a shot here. Of course, time penalties are playing a big factor here. Haven't seen Curving Texas get one as of yet, so might be just playing it nice and easy here at the moment. Got a bit of company behind with Tim Ant, who's in the 1 second window. Just if Curving can get onto that 1 second window to Banana Josh, then he's definitely in this fight in front here. He's got to be nice and consistent through there as Blue Dog has got by. Hello there, how is he? I think he's really fighting him too much there. So that's 5th place for Blue Dog. Of course, he'll still have to pit. But there's what I think is the effective race leader. That's ASAP Rocky again, who's off the road. So not a great day for Alpha Taro compared to what happened in real life, that is for sure. It's Finn going for a move up the inside of the Parabolica, and he makes that look pretty simple there. And I don't think Alwizy will fight that too much. And now, can Finn clear Blue Dog here? So they'll probably put a couple of cars between he and Iconic Q. And there he goes. Pretty simple there for the Haas driver. So that's 5th place now. Well, effectively, you could say the race leader, depending on whether Bodhod and Smeg can go to the end here. Well, Bodhod is probably a little bit of a question mark. He'd have to nurse the tyres a little bit just to make it to the end, but he'll have definitely a quick guy in Finn closing him down. As for sure, Smeg obviously on the hard competitor tyres. So he'll more than likely be going to the end. Been very, very consistent this season as Smeg. Just been playing the nice and patient game, not doing anything too silly. Yeah, just picking up points when everybody else just falls away a little bit. And he's doing a nice job there, is Smeg. He's one of the GO commentators. As Iconic is cleared. Hello there, how is he? I think Chich and Banana Josh have cleared Jaish as well. So this is getting very interesting here. Curving Texas will want to get past Jaish as well. It's not the greatest of runs through there. Two-man's not too far behind either. Don't think he can go for a move down there into Parabolica. I have seen it done in the past. We saw it in the last lap, actually. And now the gap's sort of blown out a little bit between Finn Kelly and Iconic Q as he just goes past Blue Dog there for what will be 6th place. So it's a 2.3 second gap between those two at the moment. Chich now closing in on hello there, how is he? Trying to get a bit of drive here. Botthot again, a 3-second time penalty, another one. So definitely not ideal. Curving's now got past Jaish as Tim Ant also gets past him here as well. So he'd be trying to keep ahead of that Renault driver. And I think Jaish is looking for... No, he's just backing off there a little bit there. So not playing any silly games there. But out in front, it's 3.9 seconds between Bodhod and Banana Cake Pie. And it's obviously Smeg in position 3. These guys are sort of fanned out a little bit here at the moment. Banana Cake Pie gets a 3-second time penalty as he comes Chich around the outside of the McLaren, going down into Ascari. Pretty simple move there. As Curving gets biased, hello there, how is he? So now you want to be right on the back of that Ferrari of Banana Josh. They keep that momentum going because there's a couple of cars now between he and Chich. That's the yellow flags. It's false equation. That has gone for a spin at the end of Ascari. He did do this at qualifying as well. I did see this earlier on. So I would assume he's got front wing damage, if I'm not mistaken. That's a great camera shot, I know, but probably the wrong moment for that car. As Blue Dog comes in for the soft compactor tyres. This is probably about the window you wanted, but might have actually got away with it there as false. He's going to continue on at the moment. ASAP Rocky again bringing out the yellow flags at the moment, but not too much happening at the moment in the top 6-7 cars. The closest battle, let's see, probably top 6 cars you could say. And the closest battle is probably Chich and with Banana Josh and Curving Texas close behind as well. Just notice that Banana Josh is in DRS as well as Curving, but Tim Ant is not, so we've got it out of the 1 second window as ASAP Rocky's sped into the pit lane. I would not be surprised if he retires very shortly here. He might actually try and continue on here, not probably sure he's going to go on the softs by the look of it. Yes, he is. So that'll put him 2 laps down now, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Yellow's flags. That's Jay She's gone for a spin at Ascari, so that's the second one that's gone for a spin. It's not the right way to go there. Thankfully, got a little bit of fresh air to false equation behind. Banana Cake Pie is into the lane and goes onto the soft compactor tyres. So he'll be quick. That is for sure at the end of this race. So keep an eye on him for speed. As here comes Curving up the inside. That's critical. He has got by Banana Josh for 7th spot. And so Banana Josh will want to try and get back past as quickly as possible. But now Curving is near the next man in front of him. Drake's driver in front of him is his championship rival in Big Chich. So he can just close that gap in for the time being. And he can extend his championship lead, and he'll have a handy points lead going into Singapore next week. He's got a little bit of work to do here. Just got to try and pull that gap to Banana Josh. Yellow's in Sector 2. There's going to be shooting. That's ASAP Rocky, just getting out of everybody's road here. It'll be interesting to see how this plays out. So, the only man who's not yet pitted at the moment is James Cruz, who's he obviously has not pitted as yet, started on the mediums. He's gone 17 odd laps on these tyres. I think he'll be not too far away from coming into the pit lane. So probably definitely another one to keep an eye on, and looks like he's going to dive into the pit lane. Yes, he does. Nice and cautiously. Very good. So that puts Finn Kelly now onto the podium. He's got 4.9 seconds to catch up to Smeg in front. Of course, he's going to go to the end. And of course, Bodhod is going to obviously try and go to the end. So it's not impossible, but probably going to be, like I said, it's going to be... If he can manage the tyres well to the end, then he can absolutely he can do it. And of course, the time penalties, we'll have to check on those in a moment. Very shortly. Finn can't afford to what's the word? Yellow flag sector 2. That's ASAP Rocky just getting out of everybody's road here. Don't take out the 100-metre board. You've just taken out the 100-metre board. Oh, that's not ideal. Just don't hit the 50-metre. Never mind. He's going to take the sign with him. Nice. Nobody's going to have any braking markers going into first Lesmo. Not that it probably matters too much, but we'll see how that plays out here. So, Josh still within that 1 second bracket of Curving Texas, who's got a fair margin to catch up to Chichi, who's actually starting to close back in a little bit on Iconic Hugh. Not quite within the 1 second window for the DRS, but he's closing here. I thought Iconic Hugh would definitely have the pace to chase Finn Kelly down, but obviously that's not the case at the current moment. Of course, Finn is closing in on Smeg for second spot. As hello there, how is he's into the pit lane. This is obviously critical as well because, well, obviously Smeg and Finn Kelly are equal on points as well. I did say that Finn would potentially be in a shot for the top 5, considering when did he join? About Vietnam. After dropping back from the master tier. So he's definitely within a shot of a top 5. Especially if he can get past Smeg, he'll be outright P5 after this one. 6.2 seconds at the moment between Bodhod and Smeg. So bar we don't get any safety cars, it's looking pretty good at the moment for Bodhod. So like I said, we'll check time penalties in a moment. Tim Ant, I think, is in DRS now to Banana Josh. So he'll be trying to clear him as quick as he possibly can. Where's Banana Cake Pie? He's closing in on K-Walk for position 9. Slowly but surely just getting there. Yellow's in sector 1. It looks like Jace has just gone off at the first chicane at Retifilio. Not sure what's happened there. You can see a lot of broken boards there. A few signs being disintegrated, by the looks of it. So you actually Timat closing in here on Banana Josh. Here we go, looking for a move up the inside. Not quite close enough there at the moment. If you get a nice drive out of here, might have a go through Curva Grande and into the Variante della Roggia. Definitely my pronunciation is not too bad in Italian, even though I did not learn Italian at all. Only stuff that I've watched pretty much basically with Ferrari is since I've started watching Formula 1. Not got the greatest of runs there through the first Lesmo there, so it's dropping a little bit of time through those Lesmos. And you'll gain it back a little bit through in the second Lesmo, on the straight here I should say. Seragilio, I think that's how you pronounce it. Curvadell, Seragilio, or something along those lines. Banana Josh, 3-second time penalty. It's ASAP Rocky again off the road again. 6.4 seconds the margin between Smeg and between Bodhod and Smeg. Finn Kelly is charging. He's 1.6 seconds behind Smeg now, so really in for the shot for second at the moment. Potentially be in for a shot for the race win. Again, we'll have to check penalties in a second. The other one we keep an eye on is Timat and Banana Josh. And Banana Cake Pie is actually closing in on K-Walk behind as well. Don't think there's a move going on there in front, but here comes Banana Cake Pie. Up the inside there. Pretty simple there, so trying to fly the Ferrari flag at the moment here, both the Bananas. Banana will start to pull away hopefully from K-Walk. And now try and close that gap to Timan, which is about 5.4 seconds here. And these guys keep battling here, then Banana Cake Pie is definitely within a shot of maybe top 8th or 7th even, potentially. See what the run is through here for Tim Annis. Banana looks like Josh, that is a little bit wide through the second Lesbo. He's starting to close in a little bit here. You want to try and clear him as quickly as he can, because he'll lose ground to Curving Texas. Up the inside he goes into the Ascari. They're going to try and go side by side through there, but he does it and gets a time penalty, so that's very crucial as well. So it looks like that gap is closing between Finn Kelly and Smeg. Even though that Smeg is going obviously very long here, those tyres should last a bit longer than the medium compounded tyres. Tim out now cleared Banana Josh, but he might come back here on the front straight here. We'll see what happens here. Ferrari power, even though it's not the ideal power around here. And there he goes. He gets back 7th spot here of Timat, so probably not the ideal spot through there to try and get past. That might be more the ideal spot actually, instead of the route in the back straight there, but Banana Josh be closing in here as here comes Finn Kelly. That's going to assume that's Iconic Hugh. Who's that in the background? It looks like it might be the lap car bus. ASAP Rocky. Banana Josh, another 3-second time penalty. I'll have to check these very soon. There's plenty of battles going on here. I don't want to take my eyes off this one. And there's the racing point. ASAP Rocky just pretty much just watching on here. Finn trying to get a good run through Ascari. Not too bad at the moment, and I think Smeg might be under a bit of attack here. I want to try and maybe fight hard a little bit here, but I don't know how much he's got left in the tank there. We're very fast charging Finn Kelly. Try and get a much better run here. We won't have DRS. He's struggling a little bit with ERS as well. I think this is going to be easy breeze by here for Finn Kelly. So there's 2nd spot now for the Haas driver. ASAP Rocky will obviously should not try to go for a move there, I don't think, considering he's 2 laps down at the moment. Now, how quick can he close the gap? As I say that, he goes for a spin actually, does ASAP Rocky. Timat, I think, finally cleared Banana Josh. Yes, he has. So that will be position 8. Can't even tell. Does that Ferrari have front wing damage? It's a bit hard to tell. Maybe it's just me. Unless I'm going blind, I don't actually know. It sort of looks like Banana Josh may have some front wing damage. I don't know. That could be just me. No, that might be just me. And he'll be trying to close that gap. As K-Walk still not too far behind Banana Cake Pie. He's closing that gap to his teammate in front. So Be just some decent points for Ferrari. You can get a double points finish, and that'll be a decent result, I would say, for both Ferraris. Still got the DRS here. Iconic Q now another 3-second time penalty. And he's trying to close in on Smeg. That's definitely going to be another warning added to that list as well. Smeg's not too far behind here on Finn Kelly, so he's trying to keep within that 1 second window with the DRS. So that'll be very helpful here for Smeg. I don't believe he's got a penalty as of such, as ASAP Rocky DNFs out of the Grand Prix. I don't know whether we'll get a safety car this late. If there is one, I'll be shocked, but I'd be very doubtful whether that'll happen here. And he's still within that 1 second there as Smeg, I should say. Not Iconic here. What am I thinking? Banana Josh trying to close in on Tim Ant, but nothing doing there at the moment. Might take this quick opportunity to have a look at penalties. So let's go. Bodhod, I think he's got 2 penalties plus a warning. Okay, so he's got 6 seconds worth of penalties. Finn Kelly has got 2 warnings, so looking on track to maybe take the race victory here yet again. Smeg, he's got 2 warnings as well, so he's kept it pretty clean. Iconic Hugh has 2 penalties, 3 penalties, I should say. So that's not going to help his cause. Chich, I think does he have a time penalty? I don't know. It might be just 2 warnings and an invalidated lap time. Jace is retired from the Grand Prix. Curving's got 1 warning. I say that 2 warnings now. So he hopefully does not want to get another one. Otherwise, that'll not help him championship-wise. Tim Ant, 2 penalties. Quickly, Banana Josh, 2 penalties. This is an invalidated lap time as well. Banana Cake Pie, 2 penalties. K-Walk also 1 penalty and 1 warning. We'll quickly jump back out here a little bit here, see what's going on. So Smeg has dropped away a little bit here from Finn Kelly. So at the moment, looks like Finn Kelly, if he can keep it pretty clean as false, gets a 3-second time penalty as well. So at the current moment, it's looking like Finn Kelly will take the race victory. But who finishes second here is going to be very, very interesting. So like I said, Bodhod's got 6 seconds worth of penalties. Iconic Q's got 12 seconds worth of penalties. Right onto the back of Smeg. Both Finn Kelly and Smeg do not have a penalty at this stage. Neither, I think, has Big Chich. So that could be critical. And neither does Curving. So they could jump up a few spots here if any more penalties are handed out. But Curving is still got that Renault. Tim Ant to be sick of that side of that Renault, I would say. But Tim Ant does have penalties, so that's probably going to play a critical part here. Banana Cake Pie not quite closing in to the back of his teammate here. Still 3 seconds behind, and those softs probably be starting to wear out a little bit here. James Cruz trying to close in on a top 10 spot, but it's looking unlikely at the moment unless penalties play a factor in that. So both at the moment, we've got both Alpha Tauris and the Williams and Jace all out of the Grand Prix. But, Bodhard! He's out of the Grand Prix! That must have been a tyre issue, I would think. And that potential chance of a race victory has now gone down the drain. It would have been a hard ask anyway with the time penalties, but I have the feeling that might have something to do with the tyres, considering the 21-lap bold mediums. He tried a bold strategy, but it has not worked. At worst, maybe a top 5 would have been a potential for Bodhod, but it's gone now. Oh, what a shame, really. He was doing a fairly decent job as well, was Bodhod. And that's not going to help him either in the championship standings, because, at the moment, I think Finn Kelly may jump him here, and even Smeg as well, considering where they are on the track. I don't believe... Yeah, I think it's DNF as you don't score points. Even though from P1 to P20 at the moment, obviously P1 to P20, if we had 20 drivers, if everybody finished, then everybody scored points. But anybody that DNFs out of this race, obviously will not score any points. But here comes Finn Kelly. He can't believe the luck. He probably would have run the race anyway on track with the time penalties. But he's won Monaco, he's won Canada, won Belgium. It's going to be 4 out of the last 5 for Finn. He takes the Italian Grand Prix. Iconic here will come home in second on track, but of course Smeg will get that. Chich will get up on the podium as well, so that's critical. Curving will get into 4th spots. Iconic drops from 2nd to 5th. Out of all that, so the time penalties really cost him in the end. Tim-Ant comes home in 6th place. K-Walk gets 7th. Very nice job in the end after getting damaged, I think, early on in the race. Banana Josh comes home in P8, and Banana Cake Pie just misses out on P8. He gets in P9, so nice, decent points haul for Ferrari overall. James Cruz does get a top 10 out of all of that, so the time penalties did play a factor in all that. I think his teammate finished 11th, and then we'll have a look at the full results a little bit later on. But, oh man, you got to feel a little bit there for Bodhod. James Cruz gets the driver of the day. Let us know whether you agree or not. But, yeah, that is definitely entertaining races, as it always is. Probably why I tend to enjoy commentary a little bit more than the driving at the moment, especially on this game. But Finn Kelly, like I said, that's 4 now out of the last 5 races he's taken victory. And including a 3rd spot at, where was that? The UK, at Britain. So that points haul is definitely going to help him. Especially, I think he's now 4th in the standings as well. So Finn Kelly takes the race victory. 5 seconds clear of the Spec, who does a very nice job going from softs to hard. He took advantage of that safety car and went onto the hards and gets a nice result there, so well done to him. Chich finishes ahead in position 3, gets onto the podium, the final spot on the podium, but does finish ahead of his championship leader, Curving Texas, in 4th. Iconic Hugh with those time penalties probably cost him a bit there. He finishes up in 5th. Tim-Ant there in position 6. K-Walk, very nice recovery from him in 7th. Banana Josh gets the extra bonus point for the fastest lap in position 8. Banana Cake Pie in position 9. And James Cruz rounds out your top 10 in it. It's Blue Dog in P11. James, hello there, how is he? I should say in 12th. False Equation in 13th. And even though they say 2 laps down, it says it'd be the DNFs for Bodhod, Jay, ASAP Rocky, and the Stone Towel. So, if I can do my maths very quickly, so P3 is 30 points and P4 is 26 points. So that's a 4-point gain. So that'll be now 12 points going into Singapore. The Curving Texas maintains his lead, but that gap is just shrinking a little bit more. So it's definitely going to be on, and especially around Singapore, because you never know. It's going to be one of the longest races on the calendar, I believe. It usually is, especially for the league racing. But it's definitely going to be entertaining. Weather could play a factor in all that. If you just make one little mistake, the wall is awaiting you. So we are definitely going to be in for an entertaining final race of the season. That is for sure. As we'll get onto the Haas car there and have a look at that. 4 out of the last 5 victories there for Finn Kelly. He potentially, top 3 may not be out of the question here, so we'll keep an eye on that one. But there you go, guys and girls. That'll do it for this round of the Italian Grand Prix. Smash the like button if you enjoyed it. And, of course, subscribe to the Dynamic Knights Esports channel. And if you want to subscribe to my channel, by all means do so. I think a lot of... I can't remember my analytics at the moment, but... recently I checked, and I think a lot of people who have seen my videos recently are not subscribed to my channel. So if you want to help out the channel, that would be massively appreciated. And also hit that subscribe button, and go, like I said, go check out the Dynamic Knights Esports YouTube channel as well if you want to go see all the other live streams from there. Also, there'll be, like I said before at the start, there's a Discord link down below if you want to go check out Dynamic Knights Esports. We've still got a couple of races to go, I believe. I think we're nearly at the finale for pretty much every single other tier. So we got the Americas tier, which for me is on the Saturday morning, but of course for America it's Friday night, I assume. I'm not 100% sure on that one, but then of course the blue tier will kick us off on the Monday. They'll be at their finale. I think Curving may have that in the bag. I'm not entirely sure on that one. But then, of course, yellow tier will be on the Wednesday. I think Hello There How Is He streams that. So, yeah, go check out that one. I think Kvyat's Panzer may have that championship in the bag as well. Not 100% sure on that one. But, yeah, tune in, well, next time. I think next Friday, hopefully, if I can, well, obviously get the videos out. But, of course, next Thursday will be the finale for the Diamond tier at Singapore. And, of course, I'll try and get these videos out, obviously, the next day. Fingers crossed, barring any mishaps anyway. So, 12 points the difference, if my maths is correct, between Curving Texas and Big SD Big Chich. tune in because we are in for one entertaining finale, that is for sure. I think I'm not sure about the Constructors' Championship. That may be still up in the air. But if not, Renault may have been crowned the Constructors' Champions. I'm not 100% sure on that. We'll get clarity on that maybe before the next race. So, yeah, keep an eye out. Tune in for the next race. It is going to be very, very entertaining. But until then, it is goodbye.